What's up, creepy cuties? We're trying 5 Halloween makeup looks, but each one increases in difficulty, from spooky eyeliner tricks to Hollywood level makeup. So let's start with this really simple spiderweb look. Let's go ahead and do the base makeup first, and then we'll go from there. I'm gonna grab this dark brown right here, place it on the outer part, but also the inner part right here. And we're just gonna build it up, tapping it in and also kind of going in circular motions, leaving this middle part alone because we're gonna go in with like a nice pretty glitter. Wing this outer part out a little bit. That's gonna connect with the spiderweb eyeliner that we're trying to do. We're gonna put this shade right in the middle. Look at that, that's beautiful. Now we're gonna do the spiderweb liner. We got our toothpick with a lot of powder on it. She goes right where her eye ends and goes towards her brows. Okay, that worked. We're gonna go a little bit under that and a little bit under that. Last one she does is like under here. She grabs her eyelash curler, dips in powder, and then kind of just stamps. That looks pretty good. And now she just fills it in with liner. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect because we're gonna go in with the eyeshadow and all that. Now we're gonna do the little webbies. I don't have a steady hand. When I'm doing this, I'm like, don't breathe. I am going to connect this little wing right here. We're gonna grab the black shadow, start tapping right here. It's gonna connect to the next little point. I'm just kind of stamping it on first and blend it out. Not to toot my own horn, but that looks pretty nice. She has a little bit of a point in the front, so I'm gonna try to attempt to do that. I'm gonna do the other side and then I will be right back. So these are what the eyes are giving, and kind of here for it. We're just gonna go in with lip liner and lipstick. She has like a pinky peach lip, so I'm thinking maybe this color would do, but we're just going to go over our lip. It's a little bit lighter than hers, not gonna lie, but whatever. It doesn't have to be exact. Here is the final spiderweb look. Spooky and stylish. But let's shed these webs for a magical challenge. We're gonna be recreating a fairy look. Pretty much just this picture of her eyes. But we have it. We're gonna recreate it. It's gonna be amazing. So we're gonna start off with that green. I'm gonna grab this green right here. And we're just gonna put it in the middle of our eyelid. Kind of blend it out just a little. She also put a little bit down here. She kind of brings it down all the way where the highlight is. I'm gonna grab this green shimmer in this Hocus Pocus palette. I'm gonna put that right on top. I'm gonna grab this shade right here. I'm gonna bring that right in the front of this. Yeah, I like that. Gorgeous. We're gonna place it on the outer part as well. We're gonna grab our brush and just kind of go over that. Make sure everything is blended properly. I love it so far. She has a little bit of a black wing, small one. Got the little liners on. They seem pretty symmetrical. Love that for me. I have this split liner from Glisten Cosmetics. It's a water activated thing. As you can see, she's been dug in a lot. She starts right here and goes up towards her brow, and then from there the point goes down to the end of the wing. That's actually pretty good for my first attempt. Starting around the same area but on the bottom, going straight down, and then from the middle till they connect. That looks really good. Now I have to do the front part. I'm gonna do the bottom first. She starts like right here, brings it down, then starts on the other one at the inner corner, connected to the other one. The top one starts towards the middle and goes straight out, while the other side curves out and connects to the inner corner. She has a little bit of stars on her eyes, so we're gonna do that as well. Draw a circle and then 4 lines on each side, and then we're gonna round them out a bit like that. I'm gonna do a tinier one right next to it. She has some on the bottom as well. I'm gonna do the other eye and then we'll be right back. And here are the eyes complete. I also added some false lashes, and now the only thing left to do is lips. The picture that I've been looking at, it's like cropped out so I can't see her lips. I'm just gonna go for a nude lip because I feel like that goes with it pretty well. I'm gonna go in with this lip liner from Moira Cosmetics just to outline the lips a bit. And now we're gonna go in with this NYX Milky Gloss in the shade Cherry Skim. Oh, yes. This is the perfect shade. Look, there's only one more thing we need to do, and it's very, very important. It's to add my wings. Now we're really a fairy. My god, my wings, they can't stay straight. Please. Here's my enchanting fairy look, ready to flutter through the night and then right into the ocean. Because now we're diving into the next challenge by transforming transforming ourselves into a mermaid. There is a hack where you use tights over your head and you use your brush and it gives you the scales. It looks a bit ridiculous, but it works. So let's put this on carefully because I already have makeup on. I totally did this wrong. It looks like these are my antennas. I should have mixed the colors in before I did this, but I was not thinking. I'm gonna grab a good chunk of this. Oh, that hurt my soul a little bit. And we're gonna put it on this plate. We're gonna mix it with some silver and a hint of black. I think this is pretty spot on with the wig that I have, so I'm gonna use this as like a contour. I'm gonna start at my cheekbone, go inward, go up towards the brow, and on the temple area as well. We're also gonna bring it down to the jawline. We're gonna chisel that mermaid jaw and connect it up to that first area we went through. I think we got a good foundation on. I have a little bit of silver here, so I'm gonna tap in and we're just gonna go above that blue and kind of diffuse the edges a bit. Trust me, I know it's gonna come out really cool maybe. I can't really see if it's going on evenly. Kind of hoping it is. Whoa. Pretty impressed by it. It's not perfect, I know, but it'll do. We're gonna do the eyes next. I'm gonna grab this gray, tapping it on here to build up the color and then blending it out all the way to where that blue is. I'm gonna grab this shade right here and I'm going to just deepen the crease a bit. We're gonna avoid that middle area because we're gonna put on a really pretty shimmer. Going in with a darker blue. Same spot, just making it a little bit more darker. That's actually quite nice. I'm gonna grab this water activated liner. I'm gonna use the dark blue one to make a wing. It's stunning. I'm gonna be using this Moira Cosmetics glitter liner over that so it can be nice and shimmery and pretty. I'm adding that blue pigment that we created as a nose contour. I don't know if I like it, but it's already done, so whatever. Lashes are on. Last thing we need to do is lips, and I'm thinking more like a pinkish type of vibe, but I got this lip liner from Rare Beauty, and now we're gonna go in with this NYX Milky Gloss. Now I just have to put on my wig, and I'll be right back. And here's my mermaid look, ready to meet up with Ariel and fight Ursula. Speaking of witches, next up is a Wicked Witch. And in order to do that, we need to turn ourselves green. I do want to do my eyebrows black really quick before we start with like the whole green face. I feel like that'll add more to the witchy vibes and we'll go from there. I'm using an eyeshadow just so it doesn't look so intense. The more I look at them, the more they look like 2016 brows. We're moving on, okay? Now we're gonna go into the green foundation. This is from Sunset Makeup. This is like the 4th time I am filming this. And let me tell you something. It's been a journey. First time I used a paint from Amazon. It was not good for my skin, girl. I had an allergic reaction to that first paint. My neck was full of little pimples and it wasn't a good time. I found some other paints. They were also streaky. It just wasn't giving what I wanted it to give. And so I remember seeing a video about Sunset Makeup and how their makeup has a great amount of coverage. I wanted to give it a go, so I look crazy. I really do. Next thing I'm gonna do is use the rest of the green that I have here, and I'm going to apply that on my eyelids. Clean up the brows a little bit with the green. Now that we match the backdrop, we're gonna go ahead and make our own little mixture for concealer and contour. We're gonna use this still, but we're gonna use like a foundation mixer type of thing. White will be for the concealer, black will be for the contour. I'm just going to put it on my little mixing plate. That was way more than I wanted. Oh no! No worries, not panicking. I'm just gonna use a brush to mix this a bit. This is giving straight up black. Let me try it one more time. It's giving off a dark green vibe, and that's totally fine. So I'm going to apply that kind of where we would put our contour and all that. I'm gonna put that right there. We're gonna do the concealer part next. So I'm gonna do the same thing. Put a little bit of green and then grab a little bit of white pigment, and we're gonna make a little green concealer. It's actually a really cute green shade. So we're just gonna put it anywhere we want to conceal our face. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, you know what I mean? We're also gonna put it a little bit on the forehead, and we're gonna blend it out. Beautiful. Sunset Beauty also has color setting powders, so I went ahead and bought some of those as well. Crazy. I'm gonna use a white setting powder to set the under eyes so it's nice and bright. For the rest of the face, we're gonna use this green powder for everything else. My hands are gonna be green for weeks now. Next thing we're gonna do is eyes. Trust me, it's really gonna come together when we put the eye makeup and stuff. I'm gonna grab a black shadow. We gotta be careful with black because because it has a mind of its own sometimes. So we're just gonna tap it and then we'll slowly start blending it out. Black is one of the harder colors to kind of maneuver around. I'm grabbing a green shimmer like this and I'm gonna place that all over the eyelid, and I kind of want it to be a little bit lighter than this, so I'm gonna go in with a white shade, go right on top of that. That is gorgeous. I kind of want to do like a nice snatched wing, so we're gonna do that. My nose itches. I can't itch it. Anyway, I'm grabbing a little bit of a black on a bigger brush, and I'm just kind of going over where we placed that black, emphasizing it a bit more because we kind of lost it. I don't think a witch is gonna be using blush, but she will be using highlighter, so a witch wants to be blinding too. I'm using this green highlighter from Rem Beauty. I hope this doesn't stain my freaking face. Well, I'm gonna use a black lip liner to line my lips. I also have a black lipstick, so we're gonna use that. I'm gonna add some false lashes. The last thing I'm gonna do is put on my wig and my hat, and then we should be done. And this is the final look, guys. Ignore my hands being a normal color. This came out 20 million times better than all the other times I did it. I'm really happy I redid it, and I never gave up on this look, but I was this close too. I'm just so happy. While I await my audition to be a stunt double for Wicked 2, let's trade our broomstick for a bouquet and creep into our most difficult look yet. We're turning ourselves into Emily from Corpse Bride. This will require us to cover these brows. I've never actually done that before, so this should be interesting. And yes, she is blue, and that is what we're going to do. I have two videos here that are both explaining how to block your brows. We need to use alcohol to get rid of all the oils and stuff. I'm just putting it on this little potting pad, and I'm gonna go through all my brow hairs. They seem pretty dry, so now I'm gonna grab a glue stick and I'm gonna go over my brows, thoroughly coat them, go in a circular motion. This feels so wrong. I'm using a spoolie to comb the brow hairs flat and diagonally. I'm also repeating that 3 times. Go on top of it with powder like cray and press it in. Got powder all over my face. That already looks pretty good. I think we did it! We won't know how good they look until we put the color on. I think this is a pretty good color, and my hands are all blue, so I'm just gonna go in. Whoa. I'm gonna use my hands to blend this out. I was watching some sunset makeup videos, and they said using the hands was better, so we're doing that. And honestly, I def see a difference. I'm gonna go over my brows. I'm scared. Whoa. Honestly, not bad at all for my first time doing that. I'm actually pretty impressed with myself. I'm also pretty terrified of myself at the moment, so I'm just gonna try to smooth everything out with the blender. Next thing I want to do is more the contour and the concealer parts. I created this gray color and I'm placing it where the contour would go and then blending it out with the brush. I mixed up a lighter blue for the concealer, but I ended up putting it everywhere because I realized the blue I had on was too dark. And I placed it twice underneath the eye so it was extra bright. I am gonna go ahead and set it. I have a white powder. I'm placing it all over the face. We're almost done setting everything. It's staying a long time. I don't know how long I've been here. Probably an hour. I'm not even halfway done. Love that for me. I'm gonna try to do the eyebrows. I'm gonna use a black shadow to kind of outline what shape I want first. I'm nervous. She's got sad curved brows, so we're doing that as well. This is the shape that I've come up with. I definitely look like I'm in distress. I'm gonna go in with like a dark blue on the crease. The eyes are really what's gonna make it come together. I'm gonna start bringing it upwards and fade it into the eyebrow. This definitely gives me a lot more eye space to work with because I got little tiny eyeballs. I'm still gonna wing it out a little. This is when my camera decides to not focus on me, so pretty annoying. But basically using the gray as a transition color, then using a black to create a new crease and blending that out, and then going back in with that dark blue to make a more seamless blend. Then I'm using a dark blue shimmer on the outer parts of the lid and a lighter shimmer in the middle. And then poof, it just magically focuses back on me right here. I think that's pretty good. I am gonna do a little bit of liner just right here so that it blends in really well with the lashes that we're gonna put on. Emily has huge humongous eyes, so we're going to use this jumbo pencil thing, and I put that on our waterline to make our eyes look bigger.
I'm just going under that white
with black shadow.
Stretching that out to connect to the other eyeshadow that we've already done.
I'm placing some large false lashes.
It's coming together. Now we gotta do the snatched nose. She has a skinny nose. So we're gonna try to make our nose look like that. Now she has little like points
on her nostrils.
Next thing I kind of want to do is like a little bit of a bronze. I'm gonna grab this blue and I'm gonna kind of place it where we want to contour. She has a piece that's kind of like missing right here, so that's what we're gonna attempt to do next. I'm gonna be using eyeshadow again because I feel like that's a pretty good stencil to use.
I'm outlining the shape I want with some black eyeshadow. She has some teeth peeking through, so I'm drawing that as well.
And I'm gonna start shading it in.
And I'm filling in the teeth with some white eyeshadow.
That looks pretty cool. Last thing is her lips.
Using a lip liner to make the pointy shape of her lips.
Looks so bad. I don't even think it looks like her lips. Hold on. Okay, I kind of fixed it a little bit. Trial and error, guys.
And then I'm going in with some liquid lipstick.
I'm gonna go finish the rest of this and I'll be right back. And this is the final look, guys. Just ignore from here down. I'm gonna try to do a sad face. For my first attempt of blocking my brows, I think we killed it. This took me way too long, but honestly, it was worth it. Thanks for sticking around and love ya. Goodbye.